Lander Tiger football is on the air. To bring you the action, let's head to the stadium. Here is Scott Fuller.
And a good Friday evening, everyone. Welcome to Lander Valley High School for Lander Tigers football here on 1330 KOVE. Live streaming video at county10.com. I'm Scott Fuller, welcoming you into the Porter's Tailgate Show, brought to you, of course, by Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton, your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's, as always, a proud sponsor of your Fremont County athletes. Tonight, the Lander Tigers welcome Torrington High School into 3A football for the defending 2A state champs' first ever game in Wyoming's 3A, as Torrington is up a class this year. It is homecoming, meanwhile, here at Lander Valley High School. Always adds a bit of spirit and celebration of the game. Lander's parade made its way through downtown Main Street about 2 o'clock or so this afternoon, and we will see, as usual, an extended halftime period featuring the homecoming court, of course, performance from the marching band, the traditional boys swim team lap around the track at halftime, and perhaps, from what I hear, a little bit of a scrimmage between the smaller guys on the junior football teams here in town, from the looks of things. Amidst all the pomp and circumstance here at Lander Valley High School, though, a varsity 3A football game to bring you tonight. Torrington Trailblazers, defending 2A state champs, make their way up a class to 3A this season, specifically to the 3A East, where they join not only Lander, but our cross-county rival, the Riverton Wolverines this year as well. Both teams play Torrington this year. Then, obviously, that's Lander's task tonight. But Lander, the Tigers drew the long straw in Torrington's first year in 3A. Lander has the home Torrington matchup, at least this year, whereas Riverton will be the first Fremont County team to make that trip to darn near Nebraska to play Torrington in about 3 weeks. Trailblazers are 2-1 on the season, not including 0 week. They've played only 2 Wyoming teams, though, Wheatland and Cheyenne Central, in their non-conference schedule. Torrington defeated both of their Wyoming opponents in non-conference play. Most recently, Torrington suffered an 8-3 loss to Yuma, Colorado. Yeah, we double-checked that score. More on that game to come, and we'll have a chance to recap Lander's second win of their non-conference schedule. That came last Friday night right here against Evanston. All that and the Lander Valley High School starting lineups are coming up as we continue on with the Porter's Tailgate Show on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at fremontchevygmcriverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. It is homecoming here as Torrington and the Trailblazers make their 3A Wyoming football appearance, first conference game for Torrington, having made that trip here to Lander Valley on a beautiful, you may say overly beautiful, Friday evening. As you see on the screen, if you're watching the HD video at county10.com, we've got the sun starting to set around the Lander foothills. It is 83 degrees outside. Not much breeze at all, just about a 3-mile-an-hour wind coming from the west. It's almost too hot for football. It's definitely baking up here in the press box. It's got to be about 90 degrees from our vantage point as we start the game. But things will cool down, and if you're watching on the video, you'll start to see that sun set over the foothills around Lander. If you see any glare in the camera, that should dissipate as we go on throughout the first half. We do appreciate you joining us either at county10.com or on 1330 KOVE around Fremont County on 107.7 FM, and again 1330 AM. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show. Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton is your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's a proud supporter of Fremont County athletes. Torrington Trailblazers, again, the opponent for homecoming for Lander tonight. Entering the game in Lander, coming off their only loss of the season so far in non-conference play, an 8-3 defeat at the hands of Yuma, Colorado last Friday night. Torrington did score first in that game with a 37-yard field goal in the first quarter last Friday. That would be the only scoring of the first half. That would actually be Torrington's only scoring of the game. Yuma scored midway through the fourth quarter on a quarterback keeper from about 12 yards out, up 6-3. Yuma lined up for a point after touchdown. Bad snap on that play, and the kick attempt led to a fire drill that somehow Yuma was able to turn over into a two-point conversion, with the holder for Torrington, or Yuma rather, throwing that ball just kind of Hail Mary style into the end zone from about 15 yards out. It was successful for Yuma leading 8-3 in the fourth. That would be the final score from Colorado last night. Lander Tigers are 2-1 in non-conference play. Meanwhile, wins in Green River in week 1. That broke an 11-game losing streak for the Tigers earlier in the non-conference schedule. And another big win last Friday night against Evanston, 14-13. Tigers tailback Braden Baker scoring on 82 and 70-yard touchdown runs respectively in the first and second halves. That represented Lander's offensive output. Evanston Red Devils were within a point after touchdown of tying the game after a touchdown last Friday night late in the game. They elected instead to go for two and the lead, and Lander's defense stopped a run up the middle on that play that would make the score 14-13. That would be your final last Friday night right here at Lander Valley High School. So we have a couple of 2-1 teams looking for win number 3 on the season here in Lander tonight, and a pair of teams opening 3A East Conference play in Torrington's case for the very first time ever as the defending 2A state champions, the Torrington Trailblazers, move up a class to 3A. They're right there in the same division as the Lander Tigers starting this season. Starting lineups, the coin toss kickoff from homecoming, and Lander Torrington coming up next here from Lander. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOBE and county10.com.
Welcome back to the Porter's Tailgate Show here on 1330 KOBE as well as county10.com. A balmy homecoming as Lander welcomes in Torrington for the Trailblazers' first ever 3A football game. This is their first conference game in the 3A East. They'll slide into the 3A East alongside Lander, Riverton, and the rest of that side of the conference. Makes for an interesting road trip. Again, the Lander Tigers drawing the long straw in that regard. This year, Torrington has to come see them. Riverton Wolverines across the county will have to make that trip all the way to the Wyoming-Nebraska border here in about 3 weeks' time. Lander gets to see them first. All of 3A, whether they'll admit it or not, your Douglases, your Buffaloes, your Rivertons have their eye on this game tonight because nobody knows quite what to make of the Torrington Trailblazers. We all know they're excellent in 2A, defending state champions last year. Moving up a class, we'll see what kind of difference that makes amongst the likes of the Landers and the Rivertons and Douglas and Buffalo, all of whom have their eye, as we all start conference play tonight, on that 3A East prize. So it's going to be an interesting barometer for the rest of not just 3A, but the 3A East to see what the Trailblazers bring to conference play. Their first test is on the road right here in Lander. Welcome back again to the Porter's Tailgate Show, brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton, your one stop for guests, grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's is a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics, proud sponsor, of course, of the Porter's Tailgate Show. We are about 8 minutes from kickoff here at homecoming at Lander Valley High School. Once again, an extended halftime show is planned. Be about 15 minutes as opposed to the usual 10, and all kinds of homecoming traditional festivities set for Lander. We're going to get you the starting lineups as we expect them from head coach Jim Burton here on the Porter's Tailgate Show. Lander playing their second home game of the season tonight. We started with the defense introducing them last week, and that worked out. That was a Tigers victory, so let's carry on that superstition this evening and bring you Lander's defense first. Lander showing off that 3-4. Very stout front three of number 66, Gavin Romer on the left side. 55 is Caleb Hamilton. And number 61, Tress Pickard on the right end. Linebackers are Caleb Larvey, Braden Baker. Number 1 is Braden Johnson Baker. We'll keep the Braden Baker and Braden Johnson Baker wearing numbers 34 and number 1 as separate as we can, but there are indeed 2 Braden Bakers on this football team. And rounding out the linebacking core is number 30, Cody West. Finn McFadden wears number 13, and number 36 is Barrett Moffitt. They're at the corners on defense. Parker Burton, number 10, playing in Coach Burton's bandit spot. And number 4 is Landon Jones. He will be playing free safety as the homecoming crowd, who are here just a couple of minutes early to welcome out the Lander Tigers as they run out onto the field. Hoping the video stream is smooth for you right now. We may have some hardware glitches, judging by the preview screen that I have access to. Try to address that as we can for those of you watching at county10.com. So there's your defense for the Lander Tigers. On the offensive side, starting with the offensive line from left to right, number 61 is Tress Pickard. Gus Childers wears number 52 on that left side. Center is number 54, Jackson Conder. Caleb Hamilton at right guard. Number 66 is Gavin Romer, one of several players on the offensive line that will play in both directions, offense and defense. Caleb Larvey, number 24, and Braden Baker, the 2 primary backs behind quarterback number 11, Paxton Hollingshead. Braden Johnson Baker, again, number 1, playing in that H-back position. You'll see Johnson Baker lined up off tight end occasionally. He'll play in the backfield. He'll play a little slot receiver from that H-back position as well. 2 deep receivers are Finn McFadden wearing number 13, Sawyer Nakazel, number 35, Landon Jones wears number 4, and also at receiver number 5, Barrett Moffitt. Tight end spot, by the way, number 87, Django Ferguson. Those are the expected starting lineups from head coach Jim Burton's Lander Tigers tonight. LVHS just a couple of minutes away from their second home game of the year, trying to make it 2 wins in a row from Lander Valley High School on a beautiful Friday night. Again, here in Lander, maybe overly beautiful. Be about 83 degrees at kickoff. Not much breeze to speak of. Bacon up here in the press box, and down there on the field, especially wearing full pads, not going to be a whole lot cooler for the kids as we get started in this one. I want to verify that our video is okay, so let's step aside. We'll try and address maybe a hardware issue just based on my preview monitor. I want to make sure that we can bring you the best experience possible for those watching at county10.com. Appreciate your patience for those of you joining us on the radio on 1330 KOVE and 107.7 FM. Coin toss is upcoming. We'll get you the results of that. May have to reconnect to the stream if you are watching on video. So we'll be back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Lander Tiger football is on the air. To bring you the action, let's head to the stadium. Here is Scott Fuller.
And welcome back to Lander Valley High School, 1330 KOVE, 107.7 FM, and County10.com, your home for Lander Tigers football all season long. Scott Fuller here to bring you our homecoming game for 2024. The Torrington Trailblazers are in town to make their 3A football debut. Torrington defending 2A state champions last year, moving up a class this year. And everybody with their eyes on this game outside of Lander, around 3A, the 3A East in particular, to see just what we might be able to expect from the brand new 3A team, the Torrington Trailblazers. And of course, Lander Valley is 2-1 in their non-conference schedule, opening conference play tonight in the 3A East against Torrington, having won in Green River in week 1 in a thrilling 14-3 victory right here in Lander over Evanston last Friday night. So we are just about ready to get this one kicked off. Thanks for joining us at County10.com. Hopefully that video is streaming smooth for you now. And on air at 1330 KOVE and 107.7 FM. Lander's going to be receiving the opening kickoff. It is, as usual, Finn McFadden back to receive, the lone deep man. 4-2-2-2-1, Lander's kick return formation. Tigers in their traditional home green tops, white bottoms, moving left to right for those of you listening on the radio. Torrington wearing all white. White tops, white bottoms, white helmets, black numbering, and a single black T on the side of their helmets. Homecoming 2024 and Torrington's 3A East debut. From Lander Valley High School, glad you are joining us. And the opening kickoff is short to one of the up men, going to be taken from the 27-yard line. A move out to about the 35, and that's where Lander will start. Once again, that offense for Lander looking to continue some momentum after their 14-13 victory over Evanston right here last week. Paxton Hollingshead, number 11 at quarterback. You'll see that wing T formation of head coach Jim Burton's, of at least two backs in the backfield and sometimes joined by an H-back to complete the T straight across, a couple of yards behind Paxton Hollingshead. One of the interesting matchups that we can dissect as we go on is this one. Lander's offense, and specifically their offensive line, up against Torrington's defensive front. First play from scrimmage, as Hollingshead has a back to either side. Braden Baker coming off his big game last week, couple of long touchdown runs, takes the opening carry on first down for a gain of 5 to the 40. Just to give off right guard. Braden Baker, tough to bring down, expects to be contacted right away, and always keeps those feet moving for a couple extra yards. Nice gain of 5 on the ground for Lander as we open play here in the first quarter. 83 degrees at kickoff. May feel a little bit warmer than that on that turf with not a whole lot of breeze. Very nice start to our opening, to our homecoming weather-wise, as the second down play is given up the middle again to Braden Baker. Not a whole lot there, as Braden will gain about 2. Officials now lean toward 3 on that play, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Lander operating from their own 43-yard line, looking for their first down on this first drive. 10:50 and rolling in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Hollingshead has again back to either side, and Baker and Larvey from the shotgun. Hollingshead gives it to Larvey this time. Larvey right up the middle with enough for the first down and a couple more. Pickup of about 5 on the 3rd and 2. Brings the ball to Lander's 47-yard line, and there is Lander's first down of the game. Torrington's front 3 especially very stout against Yuma, Colorado last Friday. Might have guessed that from the low score. 8-3 the final score. Torrington keeping Yuma out of the end zone on every drive with the exception of 1 in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 now for the Tigers. It'll be Larvey next to Hollingshead. Give is to Larvey. Contacted right away. Run up the gut for about 3. But this is what Lander likes to do on offense. Pick up a 3 or more on first down is considered a win. like to make you respect that run up the middle first and foremost with both of their formidable backs in Baker and Larvey back there. And then once you settle in and get used to that and think you may have a handle on those two backs, that's when the playbook can open up a little bit for head coach Jim Burton. After the gain of 3, a 2nd and 7, Lander now on Torrington's side of the 50. Ball just over to the Trailblazers 49. Hollingshead with a back to either side. Flag before the snap, though. This will be a procedure call against the Tigers. Negating the first down gain of 3. And driving the ball back to about the Lander Tiger 45. So instead of 2nd and 8, turns into a 2nd and 13 for Lander. And this time Hollingshead will have a back to either side. Larvey to his left. Baker to his right. Give us to Larvey. Starts up the middle. Cuts back off left tackle. Keeps his feet moving across the 50 and falling ahead is Larvey to about the 46-yard line. Getting a good chunk of that back and then some. Will be 3rd down, though. Brings up about a 3rd and 6. Didn't get as much, according to the official spot, as it looked like from here. So Caleb Larvey with some nice running, but still a 3rd down hole to climb out of for Landers. They look for the second first down on their opening drive. 8:42 and counting on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, just underway here in Homecoming 2024. Lander and Torrington. Torrington making their 3A East debut, and this will be Lander's conference opener as well. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Hollingshead with a back to either side looking to throw, instead dumps it into the flat. There is Braden Baker with a lot of room. Coughed the ball up with nobody around him. Braden Baker lost the ball, and Torrington has it. It didn't appear that there was anyone within 3 yards of Braden Baker, who is as sure-handed a ball carrier, him and Larvey both, as sure-handed a ball carrier as you can hope for, and just seemed to cough that one up. So a turnover on a nice run from Braden Baker. Easily the player of the game last week for Lander, a 82-yard touchdown run in the first half and a 70-yard touchdown run in the second for Lander's only scoring on the scoreboard last Friday. Unusual error for the Tigers, giving the ball to Torrington offensively, and this will be interesting to keep your eye on. Torrington with a pro-style offense, I think you would say. A quarterback at number 1, Ryan Morehouse, a senior, who has a lot of arm strength. So Torrington likes to spread you out wide, run some spacing into his zone, little 3, 4, 5-yard hitch routes. And as soon as you start biting on those, Morehouse and the Torrington offense is fully capable of taking some shots down the field. We will see a lot of deep passing attempts anyway from the Trailblazers in this game. So after the Lander turnover, the officials switch out game balls. And Torrington will have it 1st down and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Morehouse, the senior quarterback for the Trailblazers, looking to operate from the shotgun. Backs to either side. To his left is Nunu Brady, a senior. Probably get the majority of the carries for the Trailblazers from out of the backfield. Finally ready to go on the Torrington drive. 1st and 10 again from the 32. As Morehouse takes the snap. Give across the play is going to be to Cody Sandusky. He's immediately brought down after a gain of about 2 or 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Something else to keep your eye on is Landers 3-4. We've been very praiseful of them throughout the season so far against the run. But Torrington doesn't necessarily want to run. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lander can get in the backfield and disrupt the quarterback. And if they do go to the air, the Trailblazers make their presence known differently on defense. Morehouse is under center on 2nd down and 7. Trailblazers moving from right to left on their first possession of the game. Play action fake and a rollout. Dump out the flat to Sandusky. Sandusky with a lot of room across the 50. And eventually pushed out of bounds at the Lander Tiger 42-yard line. Be a gain of 24 on just a simple play action rollout from the senior quarterback Ryan Morehouse. Found Colby Sandusky in the right flat. Nice lane up the far sideline for first down. There's Torrington's first down conversion of the game. So much that you have to watch out for, and a lot of it is made possible by that senior quarterback at Torrington's, Ryan Morehouse. The arm strength, fairly accurate thrower, can also run if he needs to. This time Morehouse in the shotgun on 1st and 10 from Landers 42. Give again is to Sandusky, left side of the formation. Carrying a couple of Lander Tigers with him for a first down inside the 40 to the 38. So efficient and productive, Torrington's opening drive offensively. Still scoreless, 7:22 to go in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Was interested to see, as we mentioned earlier in this drive, Landers 3-4 against the pass, but Torrington's thrown it just once and has moved the ball on the grounds without much problem so far in this drive. Fresh set of downs from the 27-yard line of Lander, and a timeout, stoppage play anyway. Is a timeout. It's going to be taken by Torrington. We'll take it with him, step aside, right back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Out of the Torrington Trailblazer timeout, it will be first down and 10 from Landers 27 on Torrington's opening drive of the game. Ryan Morehouse, senior quarterback for Torrington, from the left hash mark, has a single back to his left. There is the give to Brady, Nunu Brady. Their bell cow, if they have one, gets a majority of the carries, but defended very nicely on that play. Gain of only about 1.5 yards, brings up second down, and we'll call it 9. Landers defense with a plus play. Torrington, a very deliberate pace so far. It's the exact same style, tempo offense Lander likes to play. Already down to 6:42 remaining in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Brings up second down and 8.5 or 9. Torrington from Landers 26. And this will be a quarterback keeper. It's just Morehouse straight up the middle. Good chunk of 5. Brings up third down and about 3. Probably a long 3 coming up. Ball still on the left hash. Morehouse taking the ball down to about the 21-yard line. You would think it's 4 down territory, although the Trailblazers do have a kicker who can score. Their only score against Yuma, Colorado was a 34-yard field goal attempt. We're just about in that range right now, but let's see what the Trailblazers do on third down. 3rd and 3, long 3 coming up. Morehouse is under center, 2 receivers tight to the short side. There'll be a pitch, and that's defended nicely in the backfield with Drew Kramer nowhere to go on the left side. Kramer's actually going to lose a couple of yards, which factors into that field goal conversation we were just having. It'll be 4th down and 6. And this would be about a 42-yarder, 41-yarder. We'll see what Torrington wants to do. But that's a long kick. No wind to speak of. Nice conditions on the field, but a little bit too close in to punt, maybe a little bit too far away to kick a field goal. Torrington with a 4th down huddle. It looks like they will go for it on 4th and a long 5. Torrington on 4th and 5 with Morehouse in the shotgun. Single back to his right. 3 receivers far side right. Morehouse looks left. Out of the shotgun, throws into the flat, has a wide open man. The back, Brady, has a first down and then some down inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line. Might have snuck inside the 5. Didn't see the route there on the far side. I think Brady was lined up in the slot. But he schemed his way open very nicely. Good play design on 4th and 5. And you see the senior and Ryan Morehouse standing in the pocket calmly. Not a whole lot of pressure on him. Made a quick throw and a run after catch for a 4th and 5 conversion for Torrington. They're going to put the ball all the way down to the 3. So an important pickup for the Trailblazers, looking for their first points of 3A football. Interesting formation here, as a wall will break into 3 backs in front of Morehouse. Morehouse tries to ride the wave, defended after a gain of 1 or 2 by the Tigers' front 3 down to the 1. Maybe inside the 1 on 2nd down. For those of you watching at county10.com, you saw a wall, including Morehouse in the backfield. And that broke into 2 of them splitting out left, and then 3 in front of Morehouse in the backfield. And then from there, it was just a old school 1930s looking run play. Follow your blockers. Trying to confuse the Lander front 3 on their assignments. Did not see that play last week in the film against Yuma. 2nd and goal then from just inside the 1 as Morehouse is under center, has backs to either side. It's going to be Morehouse, the quarterback keeper, diving for the end zone, and he will get in. Torrington Trailblazers touchdown on a 1-yard run from senior quarterback Ryan Morehouse with 3:57 to go. Makes the score Torrington 6, Lander nothing on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Braden Baker with an uncharacteristic, unforced fumble. Didn't appear to be forced from here anyway. Just kind of losing the ball on a very nice run for Lander on their first possession. Torrington turns the turnover into points. Have a point after touchdown attempt. Holden Hackett, the junior kicker, lines it up and puts it through. With that, 7-0 Torrington on top of Lander here from homecoming at Lander Valley High School. Back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Discover personalized banking at Central Bank and Trust. We offer personal and business banking tailored to your needs. Enjoy the convenience of our online banking platform, whether managing accounts, applying for mortgages, or going paperless. With branches across Fremont County, we provide drive-through and lobby services. Experience simpler applications for mortgages and loans, all from your computer or mobile device. Connect with us at centralbanktrust.com.
Introducing WyoGlass, your local glass experts. From windows to showers, we got you covered. We're proud to be a part of the Lander community and a local sports sponsor. We're dedicated to serving all of Fremont County, so you can trust us with your residential and commercial windows and doors, auto glass, shower doors, and garage doors. For quality service and local support, choose WyoGlass. Visit us at wyoglassoflander.com or on Main Street in Lander today.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Torrington Trailblazers on top of Lander 7-0 after they convert a turnover into 7 points. 3:57 to go in the first quarter of homecoming for Lander. This will be Lander's second possession. Ball again won't get to Finn McFadden in the kickoff return, taken by one of the Upmen. Across to the 26, maybe 27-yard line. Same outcome as the opening kickoff, which tells you that Torrington would rather give up maybe a couple of yards and kick to somebody else other than Finn McFadden than risk a big return. Finn McFadden in week 2 for Lander, a 74-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, but didn't count. That was called back. But Torrington would have seen that on film maybe and have not wanted to kick to McFadden so far. Lander's second offensive possession begins from their own 27, first down and 10. Hollingshead with Larvey and Baker in the backfield to either side. The give is to Braden Baker. Contacted, falling forward is the big back for a gain of about 2. Can't underline how uncharacteristic that turnover play was for Baker in the first quarter. Earlier in this first quarter. Braden Baker in the open field had some room. He may have taken that all the way, but he just dropped the ball. He lost the ball. Fumble was recovered by Torrington. And both Baker and Larvey are backs who know they're going to be contacted early and often on every play. Very sure-handed ball carriers. But it does happen to every running back. Baker, the player of the game, easily for Lander in their win last week. That's why you have to have a short memory. 2nd down and 8 coming up after the Baker gain of 2. Same formation for Lander. And whistles before the snap. This will be a timeout that is taken by Lander. Let's keep it right here and give a chance to thank some of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Our stream here on this beautiful Friday night from Lander is powered by Perfect Power Electric in Lander. They support our athletes on and off the field. Give Perfect Power a call today for all your electric needs. 332-7184. Also thanks to Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton supporting our local athletes. Your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed. Fremont Chevy GMC is here every step of the way. They're at 1401 North Federal in Riverton. Scott Fuller with you. It's Homecoming 2024, Lander Valley High School. Have an extended halftime show coming up after the second quarter. All kinds of festivities, big crowd on hand, and the student section to our right is in full force for LVHS. Tigers trying to get some points on the board for their home crowd. Out of the timeout, 2nd down and 8. Hollingshead with his usual 2 backs. Play action to Larvey. Hollingshead looking to throw deep down the left side, in and out of the hands of Howard Johnson Baker, slipping out from the slot. Had 2 hands on that, got turned around with the throw and just couldn't bring it in. Brings up 3rd down. I called Braden Johnson Baker Howard Johnson Baker. That's his nickname. There are, in fact, two Braden Bakers on this team. There's a Braden Baker, 34, Braden Johnson Baker, wearing number 1. I assume just for convenience sake they call Braden Johnson Baker Howard. That would get confusing in practice. 3rd down and 8 coming up. Lander looking for their first down of this second drive. Hollingshead with a single back to his left out of the shotgun. Design roll out to the left. Hollingshead turns his shoulders, fires down the left side. Nice throw, but again, in and out of the hands of Braden Johnson Baker. That will be a 3 and out for Lander. They'll have to punt. 1 first down on the opening drive for Lander. That was going pretty well for them, that opening drive of this first quarter. Fumble, gave it back to Torrington, and this time a 3 and out for the Tigers. Torrington went down the field on their first drive. And 7-0 is your score on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard with 2:49 to go in the opening quarter. Punts will be from Lander's own about 20-yard line. That's Brady. That is Landre Germain, who with a fair catch managed to hang on to the ball. That's where Torrington will take over. Ball on the 33 of Torrington. So now it's up to Lander's defense. They've been stout all year long with the possible exception of late in the game in Powell when things kind of fell apart. But aside from that, Lander's defense in their 2 wins and early in the first half in their 1 loss, their 3-4 has been remarkable, pretty stout. Torrington is a dangerous offense, though. It's part of the reason why all the 3A East has their eyes on this game, as the defending 2A champs are now playing up a level in 3A. On 1st down and 10 for Torrington, the Morehouse from the shotgun whistles before the snap. That will be a procedure, false start penalty against Torrington, helping out Lander, backing up the Trailblazers 5 yards. So Torrington likes to run the spacing game, spread out wide, kind of a pro-style offense, meaning if you're running a zone against them, they'll try to sit short in that zone, 3, 4, 5 yards down the field. And then as soon as you try to bite and eliminate on that, Ryan Morehouse, a senior quarterback, can throw a long ball. Not to mention a pretty talented running back next to Morehouse and Nunu Baker, also a senior. It is going to be Baker, who is next to Morehouse. Morehouse takes it himself up the right side. Well contained on the left side of that defensive line for no gain. It's Gavin Romer over there, number 66. Left side of the 3-4 containing that run. Play action quarterback sneak netted maybe half a yard, but say no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15 for Torrington. Defense has been something to build on here early in the season for the Lander Tigers, much improved over last year. Morehouse, the senior quarterback for Torrington, with the back to either side. Straight pass all the way. Morehouse standing tall in the pocket. There's that deep ball we were talking about. It is up and complete to Londre Germain. That is a Torrington Trailblazer touchdown. 72 yards on the Ryan Morehouse touchdown pass with 1:49 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Just because we gave you the prescription of what Torrington is going to do doesn't mean it's any easier to stop. So a lot of speed from that receiver, and that was probably a 60-yard ball in the air from the senior quarterback Ryan Morehouse. Torrington adds on another touchdown. They'll try for the PAT with Holden Hackett. Snap good, placement, and the kick is through. With 1:49 to go in the first quarter, it is Torrington in their 3A East debut up on the Lander Tigers by a score of 14-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, DuBois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. 14-0 Torrington on top of Lander. On the kickoff, Finn McFadden finally out of 3 attempts has a chance to return the ball for Lander. A nice return to the 43-yard line. That's where Lander will start. To try to cut into this lead, Torrington 2 for 2 on offensive drives, converting both into touchdowns. One coming off an unforced turnover. Lander kind of handing the ball over. Braden Baker, an uncharacteristic fumble in the open field running the ball, gave Torrington the ball for their first score, and they have added another 14-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. From their own 42, Hollingshead is under center for Lander. There's a give behind him to Cody West. West with a nice spin move, falling forward for a gain of about 3.5. We'll give him 4, brings up 2nd down and 6. That brings the ball up to the Lander 48. Nice sustained drive. Move the chains a couple of times and see if we can get a Lander Tiger out of the backfield to break something open. Cut into this Torrington lead. Same formation from the 46 as Hollingshead is under centers. T behind him. Give to Braden Baker. Baker bounces off of 1 tackle, but Torrington's tackler has help, and Baker is brought down after no gain. 3rd down and 6 coming up. This Torrington Trailblazer team, no slouch. Won the state championship last year in 2A, moving up to 3A this year. All those teams that want to be in the running in the 3A East, from Riverton to Douglas to Buffalo, have their eye on this game to kind of check out Torrington. They look legit here in the first quarter against their first conference opponent. On 3rd and 6, Hollingshead with a designed rollout right. He can keep it. He will. He'll run for a 1st down and across the 45 inside the 44-yard line. That'll be a Lander Tiger 1st down. Paxton Hollingshead from a tight formation designed rollout to his right. made the right decision early in the progression of that play to just tuck it and keep it, and that's a Lander first down into Torrington territory. Brings up, again, a first down from the 44 of the Trailblazers. Clock is stopped with 23 seconds left in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard after Hollingshead ran out of bounds. We'll resume on the snap. Might be the last play of the first quarter here. Hollingshead has 3 backs behind him. Pitch left side is corralled in the backfield. That was Braden Johnson-Baker, who lost about 4 on the play. That is going to end up being the end of the first quarter as the clock rolls down under 5 seconds on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. So, after one, Torrington Trailblazers in their 3A East debut and Lander's homecoming up 14-0 on the Tigers, but Lander with the ball to start the second quarter when we come back right after this on 1330 KOBE and County10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Lander opening the second quarter on second down and 3. Initially, Hollingshead showing a tight formation. Now he's alone in the backfield. Everybody split out. Hollingshead is looking deep down the left side. Just out of the left-handed outreached grasp of Parker Burton. That's a new wrinkle offensively pre-snap for head coach Jim Burton. Showing that tight T formation everyone gets used to, and then just prior to the snap, everybody out wide to either side. Hollingshead was alone in the backfield and put a nice ball over the top of the linebacker level and in front of the secondary. But tough catch for Parker Burton. Able to get just one hand on it, and it falls incomplete, brings up third down. Just underway in the second quarter, 14-0 Torrington on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander driving, trying to convert a 3rd and 4 from inside Torrington territory. Hollingshead with a Larvey to his left, immediately looks to his right. Ball is intercepted. Hollingshead with a tough throw into double coverage and be picked off by Drew Kramer, the sophomore for Torrington. And it looked like Hollingshead was staring that one down the whole way. There is a marker on the play. The ball is spotted at the point of the interception, so this may be after the play. It will be Torrington's football off the interception. We got the call here. Whatever it was, came after the play. It was actually against Torrington. The Trailblazers were given a sideline warning, probably players running off the Torrington bench there on the far side in celebration after the interception would be my guess. Sideline warning given to Torrington, but the Trailblazers will have the ball after the interception. From their own 33, moving left to right. Morehouse off the play fake, off left end, is driven back, but not before a gain of about 5 yards. Read option there from Torrington. Looked like quarterback Morehouse wanted to keep that the entire way. Contained by Lander after a 5-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 5. Line of scrimmage now, the Torrington 37. Appreciate those of you watching at County10.com. If you're a Tiger fan, you know exactly how the stadium is situated. And that sun, as it sets beautifully over the Lander foothills, but makes video kind of tough to watch. Probably about 10 minutes away from that going down, and appreciate your patience in the meantime. On 2nd down and 5, this time Morehouse is under center, motion behind him. Resets to 2 backs out of what becomes the I formation. That play was wrapped up nicely in the backfield, though. Run up the middle was diagnosed by a couple of Lander defenders. I think it's Tyler Burton in there on that tackle, believe. No gain regardless. 3rd down and 5 coming up for Torrington. And would be an interesting decision for the Trailblazers pending this 3rd down play. Up 2 scores of what they might do on 4th down. But first things first, from their own 37, 3rd down and 5 coming up. The stoppage play, and I think a timeout that was taken by Torrington before all that. So we'll take it with them. Back right after this for 3rd and 5 next here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Welcome to Haskell Furniture and Flooring, now open in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more and start living in style.
Out of the Torrington timeout, it's 3rd and 5 for the Trailblazers. Landers' homecoming crowd trying to encourage their defense. As on 3rd down, a Wildcat run by Drew Kramer for Torrington is going to be close to a 1st down. Looks like after falling forward, he will have it. See where the spot is, though. Yeah, Drew Kramer, the sophomore, line up at quarterback. They're going to mark Torrington short. Not by a whole lot, though. Real tempting to go for this if you're the Trailblazers. And for those of you other 3A East teams scouting this broadcast as Torrington enters 3A for the first time, number 8. Drew Kramer is only a sophomore for the Trailblazers, and they use him all over the field. That time lining up at quarterback in the Wildcat and running left. They haven't decided 4th down yet. The stick crew is out. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Good old-fashioned chain measurement. Be very close either way. I think head coach Jim Burton is out there with the chain gang to encourage the result he wants to see. Boy, that is a 1st down by about 2 inches. 1st down by the end of the nose of the football. That's a level of excitement in football you don't see very much. The old chain gang coming out and making the measurement on the spot to make it official. So it is a 1st down for Torrington. On the 5-yard run from Drew Kramer. Again, only a sophomore for Torrington. Use him all over the field on offense for the Trailblazers. New line of scrimmage is their own 42 for Torrington. It will be Morehouse in the shotgun. Backs to either side, 2 receivers, wide side right. Counter give is to Brady. Brady falling forward across the 50 into Lander territory up the right side. Nice gain of 9. On 1st down, brings up 2nd and a long one. Lander has been struck by a turnover. Braden Baker turning the ball over on Lander's opening possession. And then we knew it was coming. It's one thing to know it's coming and another to stop it. 72-yard, I think we said, touchdown pass off the arm of Ryan Morehouse, the senior quarterback for Torrington. Love to throw you short until you fall asleep and then go deep. Probably see a couple more of those deep balls from Torrington, too. On this 1st down play, though, it is a designed run for Morehouse. He's got good yardage for a 1st down and inside the 40 of Lander, falling ahead to the 39. It's a good pickup of about 10 by the senior quarterback. One option for him on that play, just a designed run to the right with some pulling linemen. Similar teams offensively in only their pace of play. Both teams love to milk the clock, extend the quarter out. 7, 8, 9 minute time of possessions on a touchdown drive would be perfect for either of these two teams. Torrington with a sustained drive here in the second quarter. On first down, give across the formation to the left goes Sandusky. He is brought down after a nice gain of 4, maybe 5. Down to the Lander 35. It's the versatility of this Torrington offense that makes them scariest in their athletes. Ryan Morehouse is as calm in the pocket as any high school quarterback you'll ever see, and he has a cannon on him. That touchdown pass was probably about 60 yards in the air and perfectly thrown to a very speedy receiver. You have 4 or 5 playmakers offensively for Torrington, and scares you a little bit because of what deliberate pace they have. Gives them a sense of control in the game. 2nd and 5. Read option, Morehouse the keeper, left tackle. Close to a first down for the Trailblazers. Be another very close call here for the officials. Would be 3rd and short or a first. Inside Landers 30. See where this spot is put. This time, no need for a measurement. They will just give Torrington the first down. Video picture a little bit clearer as the sun sets over the Lander foothills. Homecoming 2024. Extended halftime coming up for the homecoming festivities. Student section ready for that to our right. Nice crowd here, as you would expect for homecoming. For those of you who are watching at county10.com, you'll see a couple of fun things. The traditional Lander boys swim team lap around the track. You can guess what they're wearing as they run around the track. That is coming up. That's something they do every year. Torrington first down and 10 inside the 30. Morehouse with back to his right. Play action. Throw in the flat. That's a live football that goes out of bounds. Not a good throw there to Drew Kramer. From Morehouse to Kramer, it was a good 2 yards behind the receiver. I'm not sure what happened there. I think Morehouse may have been expecting a bit of a wider swing from Drew Kramer off the right side of the offensive line, but that was a fumble until it went out of bounds. That's going to be a massive loss on the play, too, all the way back to the 40. 12-yard loss, a 10-yard loss on what officially is a fumble out of bounds. Here is an opportunity for the Lander Tiger defense. Down 2 scores, 2 touchdowns, 6:42 in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. The defense may not have a chance to flip the field here, but they can keep Torrington outside of any scoring range. Trailblazers respond with 5 wide, and now they send a receiver in motion. This is a reverse, and now a pass off of it. Hibben is going to throw deep, has a receiver downfield to the 5-yard line on the reverse pass. Receiver to receiver as Mac Hibben throws it to Nathaniel Stull to negate the broken play on first down. So the Trailblazers go into their bag of tricks. A reverse pass, and Stull able to get behind the Lander secondary for a gain all the way down to the Lander 6-yard line, where it will be first down and goal. Tricky stuff from the Trailblazers. Turns what could have been a game-changing situationally defense for the Tigers into an offensive opportunity for the Trailblazers. They break into a right-heavy formation. Morehouse is directing Sandusky on the right side. Be a sweep counter back across to Sandusky, who is tracked down, but not before he finds the end zone. There's a 6-yard touchdown run from Colby Sandusky, the junior, and the Torrington Trailblazers are on top of Lander 20-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 5:55 to go in the first half. There's just so much to defend against with this Torrington offense. They have a lot of weapons, use the entire field, and even here in just the first half have used the entire playbook. Prior to the PAT, we have a flag on the field. Is that substitution? It was. Illegal substitution against Torrington is going to make the PAT 5 yards longer. So that turns this point after touchdown into a 25-yard attempt. Hackett, the junior, has that kind of range. Good snap. Hold is down. But that was blocked. So Lander gets a piece of the PAT, one silver lining in a half that's been dominated so far by the Trailblazers. Torrington 20, Lander nothing. Back after this here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Third touchdown for Torrington of this first half. The kickoff to Lander is taken by McFadden at the 24. McFadden with some space. He's trying to make more on the left side to the 40, 45, and near midfield before he is forced out of bounds is Finn McFadden. Can't verify this, but it does seem like Torrington is willing to give up some yards as opposed to kicking to McFadden, or at least try not to kick to him. He's had a couple of nice returns. That by far the best of the game so far for Finn McFadden. And nice field position for Landers. They try to cut into a 20-0 Torrington Trailblazer lead with 5:46 now remaining in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 3 touchdowns for Torrington. All of Landers' possessions have been empty, but this will be their best starting field position of the first half by far. Nose of the football's on the 50 as Landers' offense gets to work. Hollingshead with his usual 2 backs left and right in Larvey and Baker. 2 receivers, far side, right. Give us to Baker, straight up the gut. Braden falls forward for a gain of about 1. 2nd and 9 coming up. Clock rolls under 5.5 in the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Natives are getting restless. The crowd here for homecoming wants something to cheer about. Nice turnout for Homecoming 2024, but the home green have yet to get on the scoreboard. Lander taking plenty of time getting the play in, now down to 5:10 remaining in the second quarter. 2nd and 9 coming up, now inside Torrington territory from the 49. Same formation back to either side, left hash with 2 receivers to Hollingshead's far side right. This will be a give to Caleb Larvey. Larvey keeping his feet moving, falls forward for a gain of 3. And a 3rd and 6 upcoming down to the Torrington 46-yard line. This is why Lander's offense needs 3 or more yards on first down. They're very comfortable and usually pretty effective running between the tackles with both Baker and Larvey. But it's not an offense that's built to move in a hurry, and it's not an offense built for more than 3rd and 4 or more. Not to say they don't have plays in the playbook, and not to say that either of those running backs can't pick up any 3rd down anywhere on the field. Here's a 3rd and 6. Same formation, 2 backs. This will be a throw out to the flat to Johnson Baker. Baker is going to be brought down after a loss of 1. Nice tackle in the backfield there by Londre Griman. Griman with a long touchdown earlier in the game. A lot of speed to that receiver. That was officially we didn't make note of that. 72 yards, I believe. Torrington touchdown. But now Lander's going to have to punt. 3 and out off of Lander's best field position of the game. Those 3 downs netting 3 yards for the Tigers. They're showing punt anyway. And the boot is away off Braden Baker's right foot. End over end. It's a nice Lander hop. It will be tracked down inside the 5. And not kept out of the end zone successfully. That will be a touchback, unfortunately. Brady, nope, excuse me, let me get you Lander number on that special teams play. I don't have a 17. That's why I'm having trouble finding that. But special teams player for Lander, wearing number 17, may have waited just a step too long. And the officials say his foot was in contact with the goal line as he touched the ball, so that will be a touchback. And Torrington will operate from their own 20-yard line. Quarterback Morehouse, the senior, with a back to either side. Two receivers short side right. This will be a give up the middle. Well defended, though. Sandusky's only going to be able to get about a half a yard. And that brings up 2nd down and 9 coming up. Clock rolls at 3:10 and counting in the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Extended 15-minute halftime for homecoming festivities. Hope you can watch those with us at county10.com. We'll kind of walk you through the program. Homecoming last year was the Riverton game. We saw all kinds of things at halftime. Always a fun game. The Lander fans are hoping for some more offense in the second quarter, or the second half rather. Torrington on 2nd and 9 with 4 receivers, 3 to the right. Be a give off the right side to Sandusky. Sandusky falling ahead for a nice run of about 5 for Torrington. Across the 25. Brings up a 3rd and 4. So without positive yardage here, you would think with the lead, Torrington would have to give up this ball. Were the Tigers able to stop them on 3rd down? Would you give the Tigers at least a chance before halftime? That's the coach in me, though, always thinking a play ahead. And it's 3rd down in the meantime. 3rd and short 5 coming up for the Torrington Trailblazers. Morehouse has a back to his right. 2 receivers short side to the right side. And a single receiver far left next to his sideline. It will be a design quarterback keeper. Morehouse will be stuffed by the front 3 of the Lander Tiger offense, and the Tigers want a timeout in order to stop the clock at 1:47 remaining. We'll keep things right here as we head our way to halftime. Verify my timeout count here. That is accurate. It is 1 timeout remaining for either side. So Lander stops the clock prior to, we anticipate anyway, a Torrington Trailblazer punt. Give the Tigers offense one more chance at the scoreboard here before the end of the first half. Thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto, a proud supporter of our local athletes and a supporter of our broadcasts here on 1330 KOVE and county10.com. Their full-service tire and auto shops in Riverton and Lander, conveniently located for you. They're at 755 on South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. Also thanks to Myers Gambles on Main Street in Lander. Excited to cheer on our student athletes again this year. Gambles has winning deals, and remember, delivery is free 30 minutes from the store. That includes Riverton, so turn around and shop in town. Lander took their 2nd timeout of the first half in order to stop the clock. It is now at 1:47 in the second quarter. Torrington showing punt after 3 and out. Couple of returners are back deep for Lander. They are Parker Burton, and of course they'll sneak Finn McFadden back there too. Kick is away from Torrington's 15. It's going to be McFadden who calls for a fair catch. She had a chance at that one. I think he is second-guessing his fair catch. But the ball is going to be at the 32-yard line for Lander's offense with 1:40 remaining here in the second quarter. So again, the Lander Tigers are not a hurry-up, quick offense. They don't like to be in that mode, but they're down 3 scores approaching halftime. And Torrington's offense, no sign of letting up. Their first game in 3A East after the 2A defending state champions from last season moved up a class. I think after that first half alone, the rest of the 3A East is on notice. The Torrington's offense is here and for real. Lander has a chance to cut into that here on 1st down and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Hollingshead with a sweep to Burton off right tackle. Burton makes one tackler miss and falls forward for a gain of about 7, maybe 8. Across the 40-yard line. Clock rolls at 1:27 and counting on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander's going to have to hurry a little bit here. They do have 1 timeout remaining. 2nd, and we'll call it 3. No, we'll call it 2 coming up after Burton's gain of 8. Hollingshead with a single back. Some confusion, it looks like, on the play call, but the receiver sets 2-2. And a lot of confusion, actually, on that play, as I think Lander's going to be called for an illegal motion. Left slot receiver started either in motion or he had the snap count wrong or something, and is going to be called for an illegal procedure. You know something, though? As long as you're set for a second before the snap of the ball, you're fine. I think that's what the officials are talking about right now. You can move guys around outside of the tackles and in the backfield. Yeah, the officials are not going to call a penalty on that. And Lander's going to pretend that that's what they wanted to happen in terms of the pre-snap motion. Tigers luck out. 1:03 with the clock stopped to move the chains. It now rolls under a minute. Hollingshead, Larvey beside him. Hollingshead instead throws right flat. Ball bounces in front of Johnson Baker. Incomplete. Probably for the best there. That's going to stop the clock with 54 seconds remaining. Had Johnson Baker been tackled inbounds, probably would have taken another 25 seconds at least off the clock. Now Lander has a chance to regroup. Lander has some big plays on the year. They're just not built to move quickly and strike at will in these situations. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Motion across the formation. Hollingshead designed to roll out to the right side. Flings it to the right sideline, but tackled inbounds, and so the clock rolls is Finn McFadden. McFadden does inch the ball across the 50-yard line, brings up 3rd down. It is helpful in these situations to have 3 play sequences that you can call, where the guys know play 1 is this, play 2 is this, and play 3 is this. Got to practice that in advance, obviously. Tigers are on the ball with 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Hollingshead from the shotgun, back to pass, looking left this time. Quick throw sidelines, a little bit short, ends up being incomplete. As breaking back on the ball was Barrett Moffitt. Again, that may have expired the second quarter had it been completed anyway. So 4th down coming up, 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Well, if you have some kind of crazy trick play, now's not a terrible time to run it. Lander trying to build on a win last week here against Evanston. Call is in from the sideline. Tigers are 2-2 from the right hash. Single running back to Hollingshead's right. Hollingshead is looking right now, forced left. Hollingshead steps up, dumps it off. Tigers do have a timeout if that was a 1st down. See where they mark this. Officials will stop it to look at it. Need to be calling a play right now if you're Lander. Clock will remain stopped as the chains move. Well, Lander's going to take a timeout. That is Lander's final timeout. We'll keep it right here. So, for the record, Torrington with a timeout remaining. Lander has just taken their 3rd. Coming up, the Wydot Buckle Up for Life halftime show. Kind of a special presentation of the Buckle Up for Life halftime shows. It's homecoming here in Lander. Wydot reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. Also thanks to Wyoming Catholic College, proud supporter of Lander Tigers athletics and located right here on Main Street in Lander. They are proud to cheer on our local athletes. Your dedication on and off the field is admirable. Find them online, wyomingcatholic.edu. Lander was able to convert the 1st down. They take a timeout to stop the clock with 12 seconds remaining. Tigers now out of timeouts. They'll be at Torrington's 40-yard line. You can plan for 2 plays here if one of them stops the clock. And I would have used that timeout to call 2 or 3 plays in advance, the second of which being a spike to clock the ball. See what Lander does from the left hash. It's Hollingshead. This will be a counter with a pitch to Larvey. Larvey to the 40. See if Lander can get on the ball to stop the clock real quickly. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They did not snap the ball in time, did the Tigers. So that is halftime with a score. Torrington Trailblazers 20 in their 3A Wyoming football debut to Landers nothing. It's homecoming here at Lander Valley High School, and the Wydot Buckle Up for Life halftime show is coming up after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Redden Kane & Associates CPAs, we serve clients across Fremont County and beyond with top-tier accounting services. From individual taxes to business consulting, our creative and precise team offers tax management, estate planning, and more. You'll find us engaged and meticulous to ensure each client gets personalized guidance. Visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you achieve financial success.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoorsman.
And now our video audience is back with us with the Y-Dot Buckle Up for Life halftime show. It is homecoming here at Lander Valley High School. Not the score on the scoreboard that the homecoming Tigers fans would be hoping for, as the Torrington Trailblazers are on top of Lander Valley 20-0. Homecoming festivities are already underway. We're going to have an extended 15-minute halftime. And for those of you watching at county10.com, we'll make sure that you're able to see all of the festivities here in the Buckle Up for Life halftime show. The homecoming royalty are being announced as we speak. I do have an agenda for the halftime show here in terms of what will be coming up next. Following the introduction of the homecoming royalty, we'll be seeing the marching band. They're going to be doing their performance from just in front of us here on the track. I can see to my right the Lander Valley High School boys swim team are decked out in nothing but their game uniforms, let's just say. They will do their traditional lap around the track, and I think, maybe I'm looking forward to the most, I think we have some junior peewee football that might be taking place here at halftime as well. So as the homecoming royalty is being announced here at halftime, once again, your score from the first half of the game itself, Torrington 20, Lander nothing. Obviously the scoring recap here is going to be all Trailblazers. They got the scoring started with a Ryan Morehouse 1-yard touchdown run. The senior quarterback sneaking it in himself for Torrington's first touchdown of the game at 3:57 remaining. That was followed up later in the first quarter. The beautiful, I'm going to put this at 72 yards. Going to have to go back and get the official distance on that play. But Ryan Morehouse throwing the ball to Londre Griman from, I'm going with 72 yards with 1:49 remaining in the first quarter. That was Torrington's second touchdown of the quarter, and that was capped off by a second quarter 6-yard touchdown run from Colby Sandusky. The point after touchdown on that was blocked. We're about to get the homecoming king and queen announcement here. See if we can pass this on to you. Emma Jones. Not sure I got the king's name off the PA. That's the only information I do not have. They had that embargoed. But the king and queen have been announced, and you see in front of you at the bottom of your screen, for those of you watching at county10.com, the homecoming royalty for Lander Valley High School. Always a fun week for the students. A lot of festivities throughout the week, culminating in the homecoming parade down Main Street. That parade about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Wrapped up well before kickoff time. And we'll get the 2 football players, by my count, 2 football players in the homecoming court off of the field. As a coach, homecoming was always a nightmare, just to be totally honest with you, because there were so many distractions for the kids throughout the week. And inevitably, some of the football players are going to be involved in the halftime festivities as well. But it is a really fun event for not just the students and the staff, but the community as well. Looking for some more fun on the scoreboard, though, coming up in the second quarter as Lander is trailing Torrington 20-0. We'll come right back after this on the YDOT Buckle Up for Life halftime show for more homecoming festivities from LVHS in the third quarter, coming up in just a bit here on county10.com and 1330 KOVE.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it's for a one-time use or event. That's why they offer tools and equipment rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Center, located at 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Get winter ready with Overhead Door. Don't let the cold in. It's time to prepare your garage door for winter. We'll give you safety, savings, and peace of mind. Our experts ensure your garage door is winter-proof with quality service and repairs. Trust the pros. Schedule your appointment today. Call 307-856-2210 or visit the website at overheaddoorriverton.com.
And welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Homecoming 2024 for those of you watching at county10.com. There they are. That's the Lander Valley boys swim team wearing their game uniforms, which is not to say a whole lot. They lucked out this year. Homecoming was a little bit later last year against Riverton, and it was a little bit chillier. Still a nice night last year, but if you're ever going to be running around a football field in nothing but a swimsuit, this would be the game you want to do it on. Lander Valley, I think I have this right, 27 consecutive state championships or something silly like that in swimming, which is just, can't even put it into words how dominant of a legacy that is. But that is a tradition that the Lander Valley boys swim team carry on for another year, doing the full lap around the halftime field. This is the YDOT Buckle Up for Life halftime show. Welcome you back in, those of you listening on 1330 KOVE. Hopefully we did a descriptive enough job to fill you guys in. And we have more halftime festivities coming up for those of you watching at county10.com as well. Thanks to YDOT for sponsoring our halftime shows on the broadcast throughout the season. YDOT, as always, reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. The LVHS Marching Band, in a performance that we will bring in audio of as best as we can, is going to be performing, I'm told, from the track, which I think would be in front of the student section to our right, you would imagine. And I do see some young guys. I see some pee-wee footballers who it looks like are going to do maybe some kind of scrimmage or some kind of halftime festivities after the band wraps up. Can't spot the band yet, though. We'll stick our microphone out the window once the band starts playing. I think they're being introduced right now. Lander Valley High School Marching Band will not do the marching portion, but instead will perform from somewhere here in the stands. For those of you popping in at halftime, checking in on the Tigers on the field, Lander's hoping for a better second half. Torrington has introduced themselves to 3A football in a dominant way. 2A state champs moving up a class this year lead Lander 20-0. And if there's one word I could use for Torrington's offense, it's effortless. They were able to do pretty much whatever they wanted to do against a very stout Lander 3-4 that's been very good, all save about one half of one game in that Powell loss on the road when the wheels kind of fell off for the entire team. But the 2 wins Lander's had on the year, due in large part, frankly, to their 3-4 defense. And Torrington has not broken a sweat against them. They have a senior quarterback who's, again, as calm in the pocket as any quarterback you'll see, and they have 2, 3, 4 athletes on both sides of the ball, but offensively, one of whom is a sophomore. Drew Kramer making some plays in the first half for the Trailblazers. So far, Torrington making that long drive from just about the Nebraska border worth it for them in their 3A football debut, leading 20-0 at half here on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. So I'm not sure about the marching band, but Those of you watching at county10.com are seeing an introduction, at the very least, of the junior football teams. I think some of the rosters were just read by the public address announcer. And I'm hoping they play a little bit of football, but it doesn't look like they will. It looks like they're going to exit the field after their introduction. Sometimes they'll give you a peewee game at halftime for homecoming or other big games. We're about 5 minutes away from the second half kickoff, at least according to what we have on the scoreboard here at LVHS. Neither varsity team is back on the field, so when we see that, we'll probably be adding a couple of minutes to this already extended halftime show to give the teams a chance to warm up. Lander did receive the opening kickoff. Actually, a very nice drive down the field for the Tigers with one first down at least. And I'm really curious to look back at the video and what happened on that run play from Braden Baker, who didn't seem to have anyone around him, as he actually had some space on a nice run, and after 5 or 6 yards, the ball fell out of his hands. It seemed to be, I don't know if it bounced off his shoulder pad or somehow, or what happened on that play, but Braden Baker gave it up, and Torrington made Lander pay for that, scoring their first touchdown of the game. That, again, was a 1-yard touchdown run eventually by their senior quarterback, Ryan Morehouse. Morehouse through the air to Landre Griman, who I'm not sure even reached full speed on that go route. I have it at 72 yards from Morehouse to Griman, and about 60 of that was in the air. Beautiful pass for Torrington's second score of the game. And then Colby Sandusky added on in the second quarter with a 6-yard touchdown run. PAT on that was blocked. That's how we have arrived at Torrington 20 and Lander 0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. This is the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. We're going to come back after one more break. Get you the second half coming up next with Lander and Torrington on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Welcome to County 10, your go-to local news hub. Stay updated with the latest Fremont County news shaping your day, and dive into local events, entertainment, and music. Discover the essence of our community with stories featuring local faces and places. From lifestyle features to breaking news, County 10 covers it all. Join us in experiencing what's happening around us. Visit county10.com. Community connected.
I'm John Shade, your Lander Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes that they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I, John Shade, with Edward Jones, is a proud sponsor of Lander Tigers and University of Wyoming on this station, 1330 KOVE. Call me today or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at fremontchevygmcriverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Lander Tiger football is on the air. To bring you the action, let's head to the stadium. Here is Scott Fuller.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. The Torrington Trailblazers in their 3A Wyoming football debut all over Lander. Spoiling so far the Tigers' homecoming for 2024. At the half, it is Torrington 20, Lander nothing. This is the Y.Dot Buckle Up for Life halftime show, reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. Lander will be looking to do just that, stay in this game as the second half gets underway. Their defense is going to have to be on the field first as Lander received the opening kickoff, ended up fumbling that possession away, leading to Torrington's first score. The Trailblazers added 2 after that. And that's the score that we have, 20-0. PAT attempt on the third of those touchdowns was blocked. Trailblazers back on the field first out of the halftime locker room. They've been out for about 2 minutes. Lander was about 60 seconds behind them in getting to the sideline. Torrington running through their halftime warm-ups, get stretched out. Lander didn't take a whole lot of time doing any of that. They are right back on the sideline. And we are just about ready for the third quarter. Once again, the Tigers' defense is going to have to be on the field first. Torrington's offense prolific, almost effortless in the first half. Task number 1 for Lander is going to be stopping the ball, getting the ball back. And then Lander's got to start adding some points as the sun has gone down just about completely in front of us behind the Lander foothills. Lights are on here. Homecoming crowd is getting restless. Halftime festivities, as you saw during the Y.Dot Buckle Up for Life halftime show, the traditional Lander Valley High School boys swim team lap around the track. Had introductions of some of the youth football players who are in attendance. A lot of fun for them to be able to see the big guys play. And the crowd is still here. Student section getting rowdier as the game goes on, and just about every Tiger fan is still in their seats. But they're looking for a turnover or a 3 and out, and they're looking for some points when their offense gets the ball back. Lander on their kick cover team, breaking the huddle. Torrington's already out there. Trailblazers set to receive the ball. They're going to be moving from left to right. For those of you listening on 1330 KOVE and 107.7 FM. Appreciate those of you streaming us as well at county10.com, powered by Perfect Power and Electric right here in Lander. Ball is teed up at Lander's 40. 2 deep for the Torrington Trailblazers, standing at their own 5 on either hash mark to receive the second half kickoff. We are underway in the third quarter. The kickoff is taken from about the 7-yard line, and moving up the left side is that speedy sophomore with a lane. There's Drew Kramer. Across the 30, 35, and finally pulled down the 36-yard line. It might even be a misprint. That's how little like a sophomore Drew Kramer looks, but my roster says sophomore. And if that's the case, 3A can watch out for that for the next couple of years. Speedy back, good size already in his second year, and a big part of Torrington's offense all over the field. So obviously is Ryan Morehouse, quarterback for the Trailblazers from the shotgun. Torrington from their own 35. This would be a give up the middle. Well defended for a loss of about 2 yards. Lander's front 3 stepping up as Colby Sandusky, the junior, having trouble getting anything going. See what Torrington wants to do. Play call-wise off of that. Every time in this game so far, the Lander's defense has stepped up and made a play, and you start to look like Torrington might be in some field position trouble. They pull something from the back of the playbook that gets them 40 yards down the field. Hopefully not the case here on 2nd and 12. Ball's at their own 35. Movement right over the ball before the snap. I think that's going to be called on the nose tackle for Lander. That is a false start. And a rare mental error. I think they get Caleb Hamilton right over the football, too. Is what will drive the coaching staff nuts. The football is 6 inches in front of your face, and all you have to do is wait for it to move. So the 5 yards back after the productive first down play by Lander's defense brings up a 2nd down and 7. Ball up to the 39 for the Trailblazers. Torrington senior quarterback throws a hitch to the right side. Complete. Brought down about 2 yards shy of the first down. And a 3rd down and 2 upcoming for the Trailblazers. We said in the first half and in the Porter's Tailgate show that Torrington's passing game likes to run that hitch game. That's what we mean. 3-4 yards upfield and just find space in the zone. And they can do that and be patient with that because they can also throw the ball vertically down the field. Ryan Morehouse did just that with a touchdown to Griman in the first half. It was a very difficult offense to defend against and scheme against. On 3rd and 2 from the right hash, Morehouse has 2 receivers left, 1 short side right. It's going to be Morehouse off left tackle. Second effort gets him the first down across the 46. Morehouse was pretty well wrapped up prior to the line to gain by the front 3 of Lander. But the senior able to get just 1 extra boost and enough for a Torrington first down. So the Trailblazers move the sticks. Ball now still in Torrington territory on the 47-yard line. Clock rolls at 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. It is Torrington 20, Lander 0, and Torrington with the ball. Still on their side of the field, Morehouse with a single back to his left, 2x2. Ball right on the Lander logo in the middle of the field. Give up the middle. Nice penetration by the defense as Brady is going to be brought down for no gain despite his 2nd and 3rd efforts. There were too many green jerseys there right up the gut. Loss of a half yard. We'll still call it 2nd and 10 coming up for the Trailblazers. 9.5 minute mark of the 3rd quarter. And the ball back now to the 46 of Torrington. 2x2 again. Same formation. This time the back is to Morehouse's right. From the shotgun, Morehouse looking left. Little hitch route after about 7 yards is brought down by Lander. 3 yards shy of the first down. There's that spacing again. Send all their receivers up about 4 or 5 yards and have them just stop before they get within a couple yards of the defender. And it's just human nature as a corner or a safety that you start creeping up. You start inching up to try to make a tackle, make a play on the ball. And it's right then that the Trailblazers let go a long pass. 3rd down and 3 coming up. Ball now on Lander's side of the 50 to the 46. Morehouse from the left hash. There's a Morehouse run all the way. That's a beautiful tackle behind, over the line of scrimmage, but behind the first down sticks. Making up for his penalty earlier in the drive. Caleb Hamilton was right there with a real strong tackle of the big senior Torrington quarterback. Gain of only 1. 4th and 1. See what Torrington wants to do, up 3 touchdowns on Lander's side of the football, but still well out of field goal range at the 44-yard line. Imagine they'll go for it. We'll see how they want to go for it. On 4th and 1, and a big play for the Lander defense if they can force something in the backfield here. Formation resets to tight. 2 receivers bunch off right tackle, 2 backs rather, 1 receiver to the right. Morehouse trying to draw Lander offside. And a timeout is going to be taken by Torrington, so no dice. Not sure if Torrington ever intended on snapping that ball. We'll find out coming out of the timeout, though. Keep it right here, as Lander Tigers football on KOVE and County10.com is brought to you by Bailey Tire and Auto, proud supporter of local athletes. Full-service tire and auto shops at 755 South Federal in Riverton, as well as 1305 West Main in Lander. Also, thanks to Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton supporting our local athletes. Your hard work and dedication doesn't go unnoticed. And Fremont Chevy GMC is here for you every step of the way. 1401 North Federal in Riverton. Well, I don't know what you do here if you're Torrington. You're up 3 scores. Comfortable position at the moment. 7:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Punt the ball away. Won't be a strong net punt, but you'll force a run-first Lander offense to go a little bit further down the field. Or do you just try to go for the jugular now and go for it on 4th and pretty short, 4th and 1? Have a timeout. Torrington's going to huddle up. See if we see a switch of the formation after the line is set, as we did on 3rd down. Torrington from the left hash is going to show 2 wide receivers wide side right. 2 backs behind Morehouse, who's under center, but the left tackle jumped off sides for Torrington. That'll be a free 5 yards for Lander. Out of a timeout, that would drive a coach absolutely bonkers. And I think now the Trailblazers are going to have to rethink their whole approach. I'm just curious what that play was going to be. Stacked to the right side and then looked like it was going to go left, but we'll never know, as Torrington's going to show punt. I think that's Finn McFadden back standing in his own 11-yard line to return the punt. Torrington boot from the 42. It's a nice kick, line drive effort, let to bounce into the end zone. Will be a Lander touchback. Tigers operating on their first offensive drive of the second half from their own 20, but the defense got the job done. No points on Torrington's opening drive, and now every possession for the Tigers has to be efficient. Looking for 2, 3, 4 first downs down the field, and you have to come away with touchdowns on just about every possession. That's got to be the mentality anyway for Lander's offense. Start to find some of that dual threat from the running back position between Larvey and Baker to get things started. First and foremost from the right hash of their own 20. It'll be Larvey next to Hollingshead. Baker is offset left tackle. Larvey with Baker as lead blocker on the right side. Gain of about 2 before he is stuffed backwards. Forward progress for 2nd and 8. Yeah, gain of about 2 there. Brings up 2nd and 8 to the 22. 7:15 and rolling in the 3rd quarter. Lander looking for their first points of the game. Would make this Lander homecoming crowd pretty happy. About the usual size homecoming crowd. It's fun to see the students involved in a specific section. And the student section pretty loud as Lander comes out for 2nd and 8. Hollingshead with the back to either side. Braden Baker this time. Across the formation off left guard for a gain of about 2. Another small chunk for Lander's offense brings up a 3rd and 5. Gets the ball up to about the 25. Generally, Torrington's front 3 has done a pretty good job against Lander's 2 big backs on their own as well. A couple of good run defenses going head-to-head here. Be real fun to watch the Trailblazers, not necessarily in this game, but in their remaining 3A East schedule. This is a fun team to watch. Lander facing a 3rd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Hollingshead with the back to either side. He's got 2 receivers short side right. Now resets one of his backs off left tackle. That's Baker. Stoppage of play before all that. Not sure if a flag was thrown. There is a flag thrown by the back judge, so Lander took a timeout to avoid that penalty being assessed. We'll go ahead and take a quick break with them. Back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Out of the Lander timeout, 3rd down and 5. This will be a sweep to Johnson Baker coming across the formation. Nice open field tackle after a gain of about a yard. Bring up a 4th and 4. Lander's going to have to punt, you would think. Play design trying to stretch the field a little bit as Braden Johnson Baker came from right slot in front of Hollingshead, got the pitch. But nice pursuit, nice open field tackle. This will be a 3 and out for the Tigers on their first possession of the second half. 5.5 and rolling on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard here in the 3rd quarter. Lander punting the ball away from about their own 20. The boot is away. Backspin and overhand kick is going to be fielded at the 40. And some room here to the 45 of Lander. 40 inside the 35. And a very nice return from Torrington's return man. I think that was Greiman. It was Londre Greiman, showcasing his speed on a big touchdown reception in the first half. Not even sure he got up to full speed on that punt return, which is going to be good for 26 yards. Scoreboard update from Lander. This is old. This is halftime, but Douglas, 14, Riverton nothing. I think we got the word from Jared Anderson, who was doing that game on our sister station, 105.1 Jack FM. So Douglas putting Riverton in a box in the first half, just as Torrington has to Lander here for their homecoming game. On 1st and 10, Morehouse, Torrington's quarterback under center. Play action rolling left. He is deep in the pocket to create some space. Gets a streaking receiver across the formation, forced out of bounds after the first down to about the 20-yard line. That was Colby Sandusky coming all the way across the formation. And Ryan Morehouse with a designed rollout off the play fake, doing a nice job of getting his shoulders around and making a short little flip throw into the flat. Easy first down. It's not that it is easy, it's that Torrington makes it look so easy. It starts with Ryan Morehouse, who is as calm with his feet and his upper body in the pocket as you'll see any high school quarterback in 3A. Leading his team inside the Lander red zone now on 1st down and 10. This will be a draw off right tackle. And with a little bit of space, is that Greiman? Brought down. Nope, that was indeed Brady, Nunu Brady, trying to make a play on the right side. There's all kinds of flags on the field after the play. Brady was tough to bring down, and a couple of Lander Tigers came in at the end of the play and kind of body slammed him to the turf. It was well before any whistle, which I think is the case that Lander's defenders are making to the official who's in front of them. This will be a personal foul after the play on Lander. Do understand the forceful to the ground nature of that penalty call after the play, but whistles hadn't blown yet either, and you coach your team to play to the whistle. Any case, half the distance from the spot and the end of the play. 1st down and goal from the 5 for Torrington. Morehouse has Brady to his right. Designed run by the quarterback. Cuts inside the 5 across the goal line for a Torrington Trailblazer touchdown. This will be a 5-yard touchdown run as the Blazers add on, now leading 26-0 over Lander on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. There's 4:49 to go in this 3rd quarter. There's a quarterback run all the way with Morehouse. Brady out in front of Morehouse blocking. Took it across the formation to right tackle. Point after touchdown. Good snap, good hold. It is up, and that's a 7-point drive for the Torrington Trailblazers, who now lead 27-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander ball after this, back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Discover personalized banking at Central Bank and Trust. We offer personal and business banking tailored to your needs. Enjoy the convenience of our online banking platform, whether managing accounts, applying for mortgages, or going paperless. With branches across Fremont County, we provide drive-through and lobby services. Experience simpler applications for mortgages and loans, all from your computer or mobile device. Connect with us at centralbanktrust.com.
Introducing Wyoglass, your local glass experts. From windows to showers, we got you covered. We're proud to be a part of the Lander community and a local sports sponsor. We're dedicated to serving all of Fremont County, so you can trust us with your residential and commercial windows and doors, auto glass, shower doors, and garage doors. For quality service and local support, choose Wyoglass. Visit us at wyoglassoflander.com or on Main Street in Lander today.
School, Torrington Trailblazers are spoiling homecoming for the Tigers. They lead 27-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 5-yard touchdown run, the most recent trip to the end zone for Torrington. On the ensuing kickoff, it's going to be returned by Finn McFadden across the 25-yard line, brought down at about the 27. And Lander's offense back onto the field, 4:43 to go in the third quarter. Love to see a couple of sustained drives here for the Tigers, and obviously, but starting to get to the point in the game where crazy things do happen, yes, but you're starting to just put together some nice drives against a pretty good 3-4 defense. Try to build some lessons that you can apply for future games as Lander trails by 4 touchdowns on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Paxton Hollingshead onto the field, 1st and 10. Ball across the 30, actually, on the return to the 32. Hollingshead with 2 receivers to his left. Now the short side motion receiver resets to left slot, running back to Hollingshead's left. Paxton's going to have to roll out in a little bit of trouble. He's going to keep it, cross the line of scrimmage, cross the first down line to gain. And a nice run by Paxton Hollingshead on a 13-yard scramble. Across the 40-yard line to about the 42. Only gave him 11 on the scramble, but it's a first down regardless. Hollingshead doesn't have a whole lot of opportunity in this offense to get outside the tackles, but if he does, tends to make good choices out there, and he can move a little bit. Paxton does have 1 interception on a ball that on film, looking back, I'm sure he will agree shouldn't have been thrown. Picked off by athletic sophomore Drew Kramer for Torrington. Nice run by Hollingshead on first down, though. Their own 42-yard line. Braden Baker to his left, same formation, same motion. Receiver right, resets left slot. Hollingshead looking left all the way. Tried an out to Parker Burton that was just out of Burton's reach. Brings up 2nd down and 10. That was only about a 5-yard out, but it's from the right hash all the way across the field and a timing route to boot. It's a hard throw. That's a 5-yard throw that in reality is about 25 yards in the air. Takes a lot of practice, a lot of work between quarterbacks and receivers to get that kind of play down. That is a play that Lander needs in its playbook, though. Wide side, outside, short passing would be a nice complement to Baker and Larvey out of the backfield. 2nd down and 10 following the incompletion. Hollingshead again right hash with a back to his right. 2 receivers, wide side left. Hollingshead looking to motion or looking to option on the right side. Had a pitch back in Braden Baker, but instead keeps it himself and falls ahead for a gain of 5. Traditional option look there. Not a triple option, just a design quarterback rollout with Braden Baker as a potential pitch back off his right hip and quarterback choosing to keep it himself. Looked like the right choice from here. Gain of 5 on 2nd down, 3rd and 5 coming up. Ball's on Lander's 48-yard line. Under 4 to go in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander looking for points, trailing 27-0. Hollingshead from the gun, 2x2. Johnson Baker in motion from right to left. Hollingshead rolls that way, throws, ball's nearly intercepted, and then nearly caught by Parker Burton. Diving defender for Torrington may have interrupted the play. There's a flag just beyond the line of scrimmage back on the right hash mark at about the 50-yard line. There's a designed rollout left, so you worry about holding offensively. You get the indication from the referee. It's going to be against Lander. One way or the other, they asked Torrington's sideline about the penalty. That's an eligible man downfield on the Tigers. Usually don't see that on a rollout. It's more of a screen pass penalty. And I'd want to go back and look at that again because there is a little bit of a grace kind of buffer that they'll give the linemen who are ineligible on the play of 2 or maybe 3 yards. You don't usually see that called. It usually takes a lineman being like 5 yards downfield to get that flag, but it was called on the Tigers. Moves it back 5, 3rd and 10. Hollingshead again, 2 by 2. Braden Baker to his right. No motion this time. Hollingshead with a rollout to the right. Now he tucks. Looking for the first down, has it, 45-40. Paxton Hollingshead inside the 35-yard line with a nice scramble. Sent the receivers all the way down the field in that play, and nobody was spying on Paxton Hollingshead. Not sure that was a designed rollout. Think Paxton was just inching his way to the right and then saw a lane. Nice pickup by the Lander quarterback for a much-needed first down for Lander's offense. 3.5 to go in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Off the nice quarterback scramble. Ball is on the 30-yard line, 31-yard line. Braden Baker with a draw. Baker falling forward for about 4. Mentioned it in the first half, but that play right there is what Lander wants to do every 1st and 10. They want 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards on every first down. That really opens their double wing playbook up quite a bit. Makes the defense think a lot more about what the receivers might do and what the backs might do. 2nd and a long 5 after the run. Hollingshead looking to throw all the way. Now in trouble. Rolling to his left. He'll be brought down for a sack. Nice convergence of a couple of Torrington defenders on that play. In on the sack was the senior Andrew Hafner for the Trailblazers. End up being a loss of about 8 on the sack, maybe 9. Brings up 3rd down and 15. So you get that 5 yards almost, 4.5 yards on first down. Hitch, 3rd down now. 2nd down sack, brings up 3rd and 15. 2 by 2 for Hollingshead from the shotgun. Burton resets, so 3 wide right now. Just a pitch to Braden Baker, who is running downhill. Ran over a Torrington defender, but I think Braden Baker lost the ball again. Torrington sideline is reacting like they recovered a fumble. No indication from any official until right now. That is Torrington's football. Braden Baker's 2nd fumble on the game. Can't underline how uncharacteristic even one is from him. And that 2nd one on that last play was a lot more understandable. Baker was running full steam downhill, and the Torrington defender put his body into the center of Baker and just jarred the ball loose. The real strange fumble was the first half where Braden Baker was running, it seemed, by himself and just dropped the ball. Maybe not enough contact on that play, as Braden Baker and Caleb Larvey, both running backs for Lander, used to a lot of contact on every play. But another turnover. It's just been that kind of night for the Tigers here on homecoming, unfortunately. Torrington takes the ball over at their own 25. The officials are discussing something. I don't know what. They did confirm the turnover. Torrington's offense is on the field. Lander's defense is out there. The referee is talking to somebody out of the back of the end zone. 2:06 on the scoreboard. I'm guessing Lander faculty that the referee was talking to is now running over to the visiting sideline. I have run out of possibilities as to what this might be. This is going to be an issue with the chains, it would appear. Or one of the chain crew had to be replaced. I don't know. Any event, 27-0 Torrington after the Lander fumble with the football from their own 25. Shotgun snap and now a run up the right side. Nice gain of about 7 yards on that play by the sophomore. Mentioned Drew Kramer's name again. He's a defender. He's a receiver if they need him to be. He's lower on the depth chart in the backfield right now just because of the presence of the senior Nunu Brady. But I'm telling you, watch out for Drew Kramer for a couple of years in the 3A East. Ryan Morehouse, their senior quarterback, gratefully for all the 3A opponents, will be moving on after this year, but he is a lot of fun to watch in the pocket for these Trailblazers. 2nd and 4 after the gain of 6. Morehouse is in the shotgun with the back to his right. This will be another give to the sophomore, straight ahead, falling forward for a first down across the 35 to about the 36. Is again number 8, Drew Kramer. A little bit shorter is the only thing. It's the only clue you would have that he is an underclassman. But he's out there on the varsity squad for a reason. Torrington 2A state champions last year. And there was a lot of speculation about moving up to 3A. Yes, you're going to play slightly bigger schools. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're facing stiffer competition. Going to be interesting to see how the Douglases and the Buffaloes and the Rivertons face off against Torrington. Run off the left side on 2nd down. It's going to be about half of that. Gain of 5, maybe a bit more across the 40. Clock rolling under a minute in the 3rd quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Trailblazers obviously content to take as much time off the clock as they can. They will have to snap the ball once more, at least before the end of the 3rd quarter. That will be a 2nd and 4, across to the 42, still on their own side of the 50-yard line. 20 seconds on what will probably be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Morehouse in the shotgun, 3 receivers wide side right. Instead of give again to the sophomore. Kramer off right tackle, looking for a first down. Think he's brought down just shy. He will be about a yard short to the 45. So it's going to be a 4th and 1 for Torrington when we come back to start the 4th quarter. Trailblazers 27, Tigers 0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Start of the 4th quarter. Torrington out of a timeout. That was 4th down. I thought that was 3rd down. The down marker says 3rd. I think it's 4th. And Torrington's going to sneak it ahead for 2 regardless. So, a conversion one way or the other. I had 4th down. The officiating crew had 3rd, but it's a first down for the Trailblazers, who, as you see on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, have dominated offensively. 27-0. Lander's offense fits and starts and turnovers, I think, is the summation for Lander. On what unfortunately is a really healthy crowd here for homecoming. Student section still pretty rowdy and all the Lander faithful looking for at least a score, but this is not representative of Lander Tigers football of the last couple of weeks. Torrington, not too shabby. Watch out for them in the 3A East. This is their first game in 3A. As on first down, a sweep to Sandusky on the left side for the Trailblazers. Gets around the edge and falls ahead for a gain of nearly the first down 10 needed. They'll mark him back after a gain of 9. So 2nd and 1 coming up on Lander's side of the 50 now to the 42.5-yard line, 43-yard line. Clock will roll. Torrington just fine with that at this point, up 4 touchdowns. 3A football is always tough to diagnose because there's nothing to do except compare common opponents, Douglas and your Buffaloes, Riverton. But watching this Torrington team play Yuma, Colorado last week, even in a loss, an 8-3 loss, I said this is going to be a challenge. This is a good Torrington football team in 3A football. Morehouse is back to pass, in trouble on second and short, throws the ball out of bounds. Looked like a design seam route, maybe. Morehouse discussing with his coach or play caller on the far sideline exactly where that play fell apart, but wisely threw the ball out of bounds. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Trailblazers. Ball will be on Landers 43. Not sure the scoreboard is indicative of Landers' defensive effort in this game either, but some big plays and sustained drives. Mistakes in the form of a couple of turnovers and some penalties along the way. And Landers' offense just unable to get going in this game. 10:33 actually, with the clock stopped, and now a stoppage of play before this 3rd and 1 snap, and a Torrington Trailblazer timeout. We'll keep it right here and thank some of our sponsors for these broadcasts, including YDOT, reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. And our stream at county10.com is powered by Perfect Power and Electric in Lander, supporting our student athletes on and off the field. Give Perfect Power a call today for all your electric needs, 332-7184. Torrington looking to improve to 3-1 and 1-0 in non-conference or in conference play. 3-1 on the season. They took care of Wheatland, they took care of Cheyenne Central, and it looks as we're at 10:33 in the fourth quarter with Torrington up 4 touchdowns, as they may take care of the Tigers here on their homecoming as well. Torrington's one loss coming last Friday to Yuma, Colorado. 8-3 final score in that game. They've made up for that offense here tonight. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Trailblazers from, again, the 43 of Lander. Going to be Ryan Morehouse under center. Quarterback draw the whole way, right off the center. And falling forward for a first down on a gain of 3 is the big senior quarterback for Torrington. Brings the ball to the Lander 40, moves the chains, and keeps the clock rolling for the Trailblazers. 10:25 to go in the fourth quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Also lacking for Lander in this game has been the big plays. We've seen them in every game, certainly every win, both the wins this season. That's football, though. Braden Baker had an 82-yard and a 72-yard touchdown, 2 of those runs last week. He has 2 fumbles tonight, one of which very uncharacteristic, especially for him. First down and 10 for Torrington from the 40. That should be a flag. It will be. As the back lined up off right tackle moved before the snap. That'll be a procedure call. False start against the Trailblazers. 1st and 15 from Landers 45 upcoming. Got to meet Braden Baker in the postgame after his big game, both sides of the ball, but with 2 long touchdown runs last week against Evanston after the game stopped by. Just the nicest young man in the few seconds we spent with him. Very humble and one of the leaders you would imagine on this team, for the couple of fumbles in this game. But again, that's football. On 1st and 15, a little bit of miscommunication in the backfield and the mesh, it looked like anyway, as that run from Brady is stuffed for no gain. 2nd and 15 from Landers 45. Lander is on the road next Friday, if I have my schedule right. Next Friday will be in Douglas, which is another difficult test, especially on the road. Every team a little bit different than last year with graduating seniors, obviously, but Douglas offensively, good reports this year. Defensively, there may be some opportunity there for the Tigers on Friday night next week. On 2nd down and 15, designed screenplay, executed nicely, and Brady will be brought down. That's well defended. Gain of only 6. Brady caught that ball. He had some blockers next to him, and he had quite a bit of green in front of him. It was not a Lander Tiger green jersey. A lot of green field in front of him, but nice convergence defensively for Lander's defense to limit the damage on that play. Brings up 3rd down and 9. Clock is at 8:45 and counting in the fourth quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Torrington trying to score once more and all intents and purposes put this one away. Lander homecoming crowd is sticking it out. They want to see some defense, and they want to see at least a couple of points for their team on the scoreboard. 3rd and 9 coming up for Torrington, 2-by-2 with Morehouse out of the gun. He's dropping back all the way to the 50. Nice calm throw. What a beautiful throw. Right into the arms at the 20-yard line of his intended receiver. And guess who? That's the sophomore, Drew Kramer. Ryan Morehouse is a case study in quarterback pocket presence. No wasted footwork, no wasted upper body motion. And that throw is as accurate as you can make it. He hit Drew Kramer on not quite a Texas route. It was just a seam route to his running back out of the backfield, and he dropped that. Couldn't have placed it any better. Ends up being a gain of 27, down inside the Lander red zone to the 13-yard line. On 1st and 10 then, this is a run off left side. Sandusky charging toward the end zone, and he is in. That's another Torrington touchdown. Making it look easy are the Trailblazers in their first 3A Wyoming football game. They are the state champs for a reason. They won 2A last season. Historically, a dominant program in 2A, moving up a class this year. And we'll make that long drive home with a W, it would appear, tonight. Point after touchdown with a 33-point lead, I should say. PAT is no good. So we're going to take that point off our Fremont Chevy scoreboard. We jumped the gun there a little bit. It is Torrington 33, Lander 0, with 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, DuBois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
Full 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter as the Torrington Trailblazers blazing into 3A East football, leading Lander 33-0 in their conference opener. First long full kickoff we'll see to Finn McFadden all game. He'll take it from his own 9. Finn with a little bit of space and some seam. He is so good in open space. To the 34-yard line goes Finn McFadden on a 23-yard kickoff return. He's got at least a kickoff return for a touchdown in him this year. I'm just going to call it. Had one in Powell, 74-yarder that was called back on a block in the back. So that wouldn't have shown up on the score sheet, but I think Torrington saw that and have decided not to kick to him all night until really that last kickoff. First down and 10 for Lander from their own 34. Hollingshead with a designed receiver screen to the left side. And the official over there is going to say Landon Jones' knee made contact with the turf before he was tackled. Be a loss of a half yard on the play. I think it was his knee. Had to be his knee or his elbow in order to call that down, but he had not been contacted, Jones hadn't, when that play was blown dead. Loss of about a half yard, 2nd and 11 coming up for Lander. 7:34 and rolling on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Move the ball, move the chains a couple of times, should say. Get a touchdown, keep everybody healthy if you're the Tigers at this point. Hollingshead on 2nd and down. 2nd down, just going to keep it. Contacted once, stays on his feet, crosses the 42, dives ahead to the 43. He'll get about 8 of that back. So 3rd down and 3 coming up. Nice gain by Paxton Hollingshead. I think he was looking to throw on that play, but just decided to tuck it. He's had pretty good success with that strategy all over the field when Paxton has kept it. 3rd and 3 coming up. Ball's on Landers 42. Tigers quarterback with a Larvey to his right. Motion reset, makes it 3 wide right, 1 short side left. Hollingshead with a designed rollout. He is now going to be eaten alive in the backfield. Not sure Paxton Hollingshead sensed that backside pressure at all. It was Andrew Hafner, the senior, coming down the mountain from his right end spot. There'll be a sack and a loss of 9. Knocks it back to the 34 for Lander. And without that loss, I think you go for it, but with 4th and 11 coming up and from your own 34, Lander's going to punt this away. Punt will be from about the 24-yard line. Single returner is back deep. Is Londre Griman. He's got some speed if he has space. Not a great kick. Will bounce at least once. Bounces at the 40. Griman's going to pick it up on the run. No, he faked that he would. Let it go instead. And it's down by Lander at the 30-yard line. That's where Torrington will take over from their own 30. Score update from Riverton. Wolverines have cut into Douglas's lead. It is now 14-7 start of the 4th. Douglas still on top across the county in Riverton. Riverton Lander keeper. The goal game is still several weeks away. Already people in both communities buzzing about that one, though. It seems a little bit different this year. Not going to feel like that after this game, though. Torrington 33-0. And with another offensive possession, Morehouse fumbled the shotgun snap. Throws it out of bounds. Not sure that's not intentional grounding. Yeah, they'll throw the flag. Ryan Morehouse, senior quarterback, picked the ball up as it rolled past his right foot on the bad snap, but just chucked it out of bounds. He was inside the right tackle. I don't think the ball got back to the line of scrimmage anyway. 2 flags on the field. I think this will be grounding against Torrington. 5:43 to go in the 4th quarter. Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander faithful starting to thin out and head home a little bit early here. Unfortunate result here on homecoming. Always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun week, too. For the kids, the faculty, and the community. Parade earlier this afternoon down Main Street. A lot of hopes for this football team still. But just because Torrington played 2A football last year, don't rule them out. What we saw tonight, we'll sort out the penalties for you. What we saw tonight from Torrington is as good as any team in the 3A East. It's going to be real interesting to watch. There were 2 flags against Torrington on that last play. One was ineligible man downfield. That was declined. And Lander took the intentional grounding call, so that's 10 yards from the spot and lost it down. So it'll be 2nd and forever for Torrington. 2nd and 26 coming up for the Trailblazers. This time Morehouse will be initially under center. Yep, he's under center now. Single back behind him. And now another flag. You would think this would be procedure against Torrington as well. It's already 2nd and 26. It's a false start against the Trailblazers, so you can add on to that. 2nd and 31 if we're keeping track. The ball has been marched all the way back to the 8-yard line of the Trailblazers. Line to get is the 39. 5:43 and counting. Torrington with the game well in hand. Probably even see just some runs here from the Blazers. It is a give off left guard. Hitting that B gap left side and still on his feet. Running hard, getting number for you. A couple of Tigers bring down eventually Sandusky. Colby Sandusky's also going to be back for Torrington next year, a junior. Ryan Morehouse, the quarterback, is a big loss for Torrington the next time Lander will see them next season. He's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but you have a junior in Sandusky, and you have a sophomore in Drew Kramer, who will be back next year. With Brady leaving the backfield as a senior, you'll see those two elevated in the scheme almost certainly. 3rd down coming up. Line to gains the 39 after a couple of penalties. Morehouse in the shotgun. 3 receivers far side right. Morehouse off his third step is going to take it himself and get a big chunk of that back to about the original line of scrimmage, bringing up 4th and 11. And Torrington will punt. 4.5 to go. Clock runs. Landers offense will have at least one more chance, you would think. Move the chains twice, get a touchdown, and keep everybody healthy is about the best you can do right now. Down 33-0 to the Torrington Trailblazers. Douglas Riverton outcome we will update you on in the postgame. Has some implications, obviously, for the 3A East for Lander, but also for the keeper of the goal game coming up in about 3 weeks. Snap is over Torrington's punter's head. He will wisely kick it out of the back of the end zone for what will be a safety. So the Lander Tigers, with a little bit of a Bronx cheer from their fans, are going to get points on the board. 33-2 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard after the intentional punt out of the back of the end zone by Torrington's punter. Student section here on homecoming night having some fun with that one. Not how you want to see points, and Lander's offense obviously still will have a chance to add on to that in a more traditional fashion. But that punt just over the punter's head, and he turned around and kicked a field goal. Turned around and booted that out of the back of the end zone for a safety. Which in this situation there is no bad play along those lines. The bad play would be to run around, try to make something happen and get somebody hurt, or give up a touchdown on some crazy play. So Lander's going to get the ball back after something we haven't seen in quite some time for Lander. A free kick off of a safety. We've seen a lot this year already for Lander. Evanston deciding to go for 2 last week. Instead of kicking a PAT for a tie, they go for 2 in the win, and Lander stops them for their 2nd win of the year. And we have a safety via a kick out of the back of the end zone. So this free kick will be from Torrington's 20. See if Finn McFadden or somebody else back there. It's tough to gauge your yardage on these free kicks. How far back do I stand in kick return? Also important to keep in mind this is a live ball just like a kickoff. 3:52 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. See if that is Finn McFadden back at his own 27-yard line. That would be a hefty punt. I think you may have to scooch up a little bit. We'll see. The kick will be from Torrington's 20. Finn is going to have to go up about 7 yards off of one bounce. McFadden has it at the 40, makes a move, one-man miss, makes a second defender miss across the 45, out of bounds about the 47-yard line. Good field position for the Tigers as they come on the field with their offense at 3:46 to go in the 4th quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. We'll recap the scoring for you. Unfortunately, that is going to be, at the moment anyway, a all Torrington Trailblazers. But we'll see if Lander can add on to that before the end of the game here. About half of the initial homecoming crowd is still in attendance. Student section's quieted down a little bit. Been on their feet the entire game for homecoming. Lander 1st and 10 from their own 48. Hollingshead is going to throw a fade right side, easy interception. Coming underneath the route is the very talented sophomore, both sides of the ball, Drew Kramer. He's eventually leveled out of bounds, and that's going to draw a flag. A late hit right in front of all of Lander's players on the Lander bench. There's a late flagging coming. We'll see how they sort this out. Paxton Hollingshead dropping off on what was obviously a design fade and didn't even make a read. Threw that ball up, and there were 3 white jerseys in the area. Making a read was Drew Kramer. Mentioned his name as a sophomore a couple of times in the broadcast. Undercut the route. will be an unsportsmanlike call against Torrington after the play, so the Trailblazers will keep the ball off the interception, but the Trailblazers will have to back up 15 yards. It will not be 1st and 25. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 38. Right on the 38-yard line for 1st and 10 for Torrington. 3:33 to go in the fourth quarter. I think just some emotion there as that hit out of bounds by the Lander defender after the interception occurred right in front of Lander's bench, and maybe some reaction there from Torrington, one of their players. 1st and 10 for the Trailblazers. This will be a run off right side. Initial contact and keeping his feet rolling through the front three of Lander's defense. I think we'll start to see some subs come into the game. On Torrington's side anyway. This will be the first carry of the game for King Alaman Velasquez, a junior. Gain of about 5, brings up 2nd and 5. I would have sat Morehouse down too, if they haven't already. Senior quarterback doesn't need to be in the game right now. He is not. Tell me that's not Drew Kramer. Is Drew Kramer their backup quarterback? The sophomore handles a high snap and falls forward a yard or two. Drew Kramer just intercepted, Paxton Halling said. He's made contributions out of the backfield. He's now playing quarterback for Torrington. And he's a sophomore. He'll be around 3A football for a couple of years, which is not great news for anybody other than Trailblazers fans. Clock rolling at 2:20 and counting on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 33-2. Torrington on top of the Tigers, spoiling homecoming 2024. See if we can get some remarks from head coach Jim Burton after the game. If he's able to squeeze us in, it'll be a disappointing loss for his team following a win against Evanston last week. Stoppage of play before the snap. Timeout was quickly taken by Torrington. We'll step aside one last time. Be back right after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine Athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi, or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Using the ball, I think they'll call the ball carrier down after a gain of 4, but just shy of the first down is Drew Kramer. There again, that sophomore for Torrington, so it brings up a 4th down. Thinking you'll punt this ball away for the Trailblazers. Minute 40 still on the clock. Probably a convertible play. Torrington may just... Oh, they are going to show their punt team. Lander kind of late to react to it, as was I. So McFadden's going to be back there as one of 2 returners standing in his own 20, and we'll get a timeout from the Lander bench to recoup. We will keep it right here as Lander takes their second timeout of the second half. 33-2, unfortunately, on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard here on Homecoming 2024. We do thank our sponsors for these broadcasts, though, all season long. Our stream is powered by Perfect Power Electric in Lander. Supporting our athletes on and off the field, give Perfect Power a call today for all your electric needs. They are at 332-7184. And Wyoming Catholic College right here in Lander. Proud to cheer on our local athletes. Your dedication on and off the field is admirable. Find them online at wyomingcatholic.edu. wyomingcatholic.edu. So, Lander taking a timeout to reset things on the punt return. They are all set now with their returner standing at about the 20-yard line. Punt's going to be from about the 33 once the boot gets away. There's a line drive roller that is somehow corralled by, I think that's Burton, who makes one man miss, makes a juke across the 25-yard line. That is Parker Burton. Nice display of agility for a 5-yard punt return. Better job of getting that hot line drive. That was like a line drive to third base there at the hot corner. Burton able to corral that. I think had he missed it, it would have gone all the way into the end zone from the 20. Had that much oomph on it. But you also don't want to touch it and miss it. Burton doing a nice job of corralling it and advancing it. Minute 10 to go. Lander with perhaps their final possession of this game, trailing 33-2 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Right hash of their own 25. Receivers reset to the left of Hollingshead, wide and left. Running back to either side. This will be a give up the middle to Cody West, his second carry of the game. Falls ahead for a gain of about 3. Clock rolls. It was stopped. For a procedure or false start penalty on Lander, I never saw a flag, and that was not blown dead before the play. But that'll move the ball back to, 1st and 15 coming up for the Tigers. So you can write off Cody West's second carry of the game. Haven't seen a whole lot of him behind Larvey at the 3-back position, but what I've seen I like. Good size, low to the ground, hits the hole pretty hard, keeps his feet moving just like his counterparts in Larvey and Baker. And seen a couple of carries from him, but wiped out there because of the false start. So 1st and 15, ball now back to the 20-yard line of Lander. Hollingshead with a back to either side. West will have another chance back to the original line of scrimmage for his 5-yard gain. After all, Cody West falling forward for a gain of 5. Brings it up to about the 27-yard line. Clock rolling, 50 seconds and counting on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard as the Lander crowd remaining starts to pack up. Student section having fun all game, though. They have some junior cheerleaders up in front of the student section. Can't be older than 6 or 7 years old. Cheering on the student section in the waning seconds of this homecoming game. Under 30 seconds rolling, probably the last play of the game for Lander, barring an incomplete pass or other stoppage of the clock. West again with ball carry. I like how he hits that hole. Cody West falling forward for a gain of about 6. May see more of him yet to spell Larvey and Baker as the rest of the season goes on, but that'll be it for today. Final score, Torrington Trailblazers blazing their way into 3A East football, their first 3A game, having moved up after a state title at 2A last year. And they showed why. 33-2 over the Lander Tigers, spoiling their homecoming. We're back for the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show coming up next here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
To Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Final score, Torrington 33, Lander 2 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard in Lander's homecoming and Torrington's first ever 3A East Conference game. Torrington moving up to 3A this year and don't appear to be missing a step after winning a 2A state championship down there by Nebraska last season. Very polished, good-looking football team came to Lander tonight and were just too much for the Tigers. This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Bailey's is proud to support our local athletes, our full-service tire and auto shops at 755 South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. Unfortunately, all the scoring except for a goofy safety is going to be Torrington as we recap things in the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Scoring started for Torrington on a Ryan Morehouse 1-yard touchdown run. Senior quarterback going in from a yard out with 3:57 to go in the first quarter. Torrington adding on to that, again involving Ryan Morehouse with I have a 72-yard unofficially, 72-yard touchdown pass to Londre Griman. Beautifully thrown ball. Griman with a lot of speed. Blew by Lander's secondary. 1:49 remaining in the first, and that was an early 2-touchdown advantage, 14-0 for the Trailblazers. Lander with a couple of drives, couple of turnovers in this game, and it was Torrington who struck before the end of half for a third time on a 6-yard touchdown run by Colby Sandusky. The PAT on that one was blocked. 5:55 mark of the second quarter. It was 20-0. That would be your halftime score as well. And out of the half, not a whole lot changed in terms of the dynamic of the offenses. 5-yard touchdown run from Ryan Morehouse, senior quarterback for Torrington, with 4:49 to go in the third quarter, adding to Torrington's lead, a 4-touchdown advantage at that point. A 12-yard touchdown run by Drew Kramer. We're in number 8 tonight, a sophomore to keep your eye on for the Torrington Trailblazers. One of many offensive weapons. He had a 12-yarder with 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter. And Lander's only 2 points of the game were scored by a Torrington Trailblazer. Their punter, as a matter of fact, is with 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter. A snap went over the punter's head for Torrington, and he kicked that ball out of the back of the end zone to give Lander their only 2 points of the game. So that's the scoring, and unfortunately, it was all Torrington tonight. Final again from LVHS was Torrington 33 and Lander 2. Be back to wrap up the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show and some final thoughts coming after homecoming. And unfortunately, a Tiger loss coming up next here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Final score 33-2. Torrington Trailblazers on top of the Lander Tigers. This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show, brought to you by Bailey Tire and Auto, proud to support our local athletes on Riverton, on South Federal and Riverton, and 1305 West Main and Lander. Joined now by Lander Valley head coach Jim Burton. Coach, don't like to see that on homecoming night especially, but that is a solid 3A football team that you guys had to play against tonight.
Yeah, we just got, they hit us with the big plays early. Couldn't quite keep up. A little out of phase there. But, again, caps off to them. They played really well. And then coming out, showed us a few wrinkles in the goal line situation we hadn't seen on film yet. But I think the big plays really got us early.
Couple of turnovers from, of all people, Braden Baker fumbling the ball a couple of times, including on that opening drive. That's football. That's how that goes. But just one of those nights on both sides of the ball, but especially the offense didn't seem to get anything going.
Well, we just get going, and then we fumble or we throw a pick. And second half, we get going, same situation, different, time. Just, I don't know what... just back to the drawing board as far as ball security and playing mistake-free football. We haven't done it. We haven't done it a single game. So we've got to come back and start from ground zero as far as that kind of thing works. Simplify the offense a little bit and we just pound it. And get behind the big guys. We started there earlier. They loaded the box. Just some things we didn't account for, and then when we got to it, we made mistakes.
On the road in conference play next week. I know it's too early for you to think about Douglas. Last score I had was Douglas on top by a touchdown in Riverton in the fourth quarter, so we'll see the outcome of that game. But mindset going into the first road trip in conference play this year?
Mindset's just we got to go to work. We got to bring our lunch pail, and Douglas is always tough. Got a new coach, but it's mostly the same guys, same staff. They've been around. They're going to be tough. They're going to be physical. That's just a Douglas hallmark. And we've got to come and out physical them, and then we got to take away the turnover bug.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Appreciate you stopping by. Good to see you. There is Lander Valley High School head coach Jim Burton after a 33-2 defeat here on homecoming night. Torrington Trailblazers. You heard Coach Burton allude to it. It's going to be very interesting to watch them play the Douglases and the Buffaloes and the Rivertons and some of the teams that have kind of an eye on the top of the 3A East before the season even started. And Torrington, a new arrival in 3A after winning a state title in 2A last year. This may be, haven't seen Douglas yet, haven't seen Buffalo in person yet, but that is as good a 3A team as I've seen in a couple of seasons, referring to Torrington. So throw that wild card in the mix and shake it around a little bit for the rest of conference play, and we'll see how it all shakes out. With so few games in a sports season, obviously every game matters. You heard Coach Jim Burton talk a little bit about Douglas, and Douglas is Lander's opponent next Friday night. We'll be on the road in Douglas for that game. Lander's going to be looking for their very first first conference win of the season. We'll have coverage for you on county10.com as well as on 1330 KOVE and 107.7 FM. Looking forward to shaking this one off and getting you hopefully a much better performance on the field from your Lander Tigers coming up next Friday night. And if you can't make the road trip, hop to county10.com or turn to 1330 AM in Fremont County. I want to thank cameraman Andrew for coming over and doing the camera work at county10.com for the broadcast tonight. Thanks to all of you for listening and watching. This has been the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. And we'll be right back here with you. Actually, not here, but we'll be with you from Douglas next Friday night with coverage starting at 5:30 for Douglas and Lander next Friday evening. Hope you can join us. For everybody at county10.com, I'm Scott Fuller. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next Friday night. Have a great weekend, everybody.